Hey YouTube, it's Tristan from Smart Home Point here. If you found out you're going to have a child, then congratulations. I'm sure the first question you're going to ask yourself is, can you use Echo devices as a makeshift baby monitor? I'm sure that's the first question you're going to be asking yourself. Right, as it turns out, yes you can. You can basically have one Echo as a baby monitor, as a listening device, and then another one as a receiving device. So in essence, the microphone of this one can transmit to the speaker on this one. There's two main ways you can do this. You can use the calling feature. So your baby monitor device calls your receiver device, and then you can listen on whether your baby's crying that way. Or you can use the drop-in feature, which is where your Echo device or even a mobile phone with the Alexa app will drop in on the baby monitor and listen to audio that way. The call-in feature is a two-way thing, whilst the drop-in feature is a one-way thing. Let's have a look at these methods. Okay, so we'll start off by launching the Amazon Alexa app. Once we're there, there's a few things we need to check. The first thing we're going to do is go to the Communication tab at the bottom, or Communicate tab. On there, we want to click on Drop-in. So let's click that. And in my case, drop-in is not currently enabled, so we'll want to follow the instructions and go to my communication settings. Once we're there, we'll want to go to the allow drop-in, and basically this enables dropping in on an Echo device and listening to its audio from any device that's registered on this account. So we'll click on the little toggle here, and then you get a warning or message just saying what this does. So we want to click OK. So let's do that now. And that's now enabled. So we'll click on back. And obviously if now we click on drop in, what will actually happen is we can drop in on a certain device, which is quite key here because we're going to be using the kitchen dot as a baby monitor. I'll rename that in a second to make it clearer. Right, next thing we want to do is go to devices. So let's go to our kitchen dot. I'm just going to quickly rename that to say baby monitor, but that doesn't really matter obviously for these purposes. Right, so the main thing we want to do firstly is go to the device which will be our baby monitor and scroll down until we see communication. Now we can see that it says enabled, but let's actually click on it because there's two things we need to check here. Firstly, we need to check that calling and messaging is enabled, which obviously it is. And the second thing we need to check is that drop-in is enabled, which again it is. Now these are enabled by default when you add a new Echo device, but it's worth just double checking these are on, otherwise this method won't actually work. Okay, so that's great. The next thing we want to do is go into the device we'll be using as the receiver, which in this case will be my living room dot. So again, scroll down to communication, which again says enabled. And we'll just double check that both drop-in and calling is enabled, which it is. Okay, so that's everything set up. And literally we're ready to go. So let's try this out now. Okay, so for this first method, what we want to do is, if this is our baby monitor Echo, once we're done putting our child to sleep, as we leave in the room, we then want to start a video call, and then we want to answer that video call in our receiver Echo. And that way, any audio from here, in other words, your baby crying or stirring, can be picked up on the other Echo. So the first thing we want to do is turn down the volume on this Echo, because you don't want your voice, anything you're saying on the other Echo, you don't want it playing here really loudly and waking up your child. Okay, so let's get started. Call my master bedroom Echo.
Calling master bedroom Echo.
Answer the call.
Cancel the call.
Okay, so this second method is easier than the first. You can just drop in on your baby monitor Echo. You don't actually need to run between different Echoes to set up a voice call. So for this method, we'll literally say, drop in on my baby monitor. press stop. And as you can see, that method is super easy. You literally connect straight to an Echo in another room and get all the audio played here. I haven't actually got a baby crying, I've literally just got a sound of a baby crying, so don't worry. But as you can see, this method is really easy to do. It's easier than the first, and it's the one I would use if I was to use my Echoes as a baby monitor. The final thing I wanted to cover is if you're not in your house, you obviously can't use your Echo devices to do drop-in or call features or kick those off. But what you can do is do this through the Amazon Alexa app. So firstly, make sure you've got internet on your app via mobile data or someone else's Wi-Fi. And then launch the Amazon Alexa app. We'll want to go to communicate and then drop in, and then select the device we're going to drop in on. So let's do that now. Okay, as you can see, that works really well. The drop-in feature is just like a video call. It's just like calling up your Echo, and then you can hear the audio from it. The Echo device will have a green ring around it. That's just a privacy feature to make sure that anyone in the house, such as a childminder, someone looking after your child, can actually see that that Echo is listening in. And as you can see, it works really well. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, you can use an Echo device in your nursery as a listening device, and then you can drop into it with another Echo or with the Alexa app. All of these methods work fairly well, although, to be honest, I just use a simple baby monitor. I think it cost me £40, which is around $50 or $60. It's a video one. It's really good for audio as well. It's really sensitive, and it's got night vision as well. So you get a lot of benefit from an actual dedicated baby monitor compared to an Echo. But having said that, if you've got an Echo in your nursery anyway, then being able to use the drop-in feature is really convenient because it's really easy to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.